Come to our first final of the day here at karting Genk, and this time it is our Micromax drivers, as we were treated to an absolute spectacle earlier on this afternoon. And your grid for the Micromax final here on day one of the BNL karting series opening round is as follows. So Max Sadurski will start on the front row of the grid in pole position. Alongside him will be the number 31 of Jake Menton from the Netherlands, who was absolutely beside himself with joy after taking second earlier on today. Boris Maximov will start in the number 30 and third position, ahead of Mats van Rooyen from the Netherlands in the number 3. Then we will have Zdenek Babashek as a result of that. Well, I've just had the... I did see that Mies Huben was actually confirmed as causing an avoidable collision, which gave the Dutch driver a 5-second time penalty added post-race, which means that Huben, who was on pole position for the pre-final earlier on, will start from 6th on the grid. So once again, we have 13 minutes plus an additional lap set on the timer here at karting Genk, and we'll wait to see when they get into formation who will get the whole shot into turns 1 and 2 for this particular race. So Sadurski alongside Menton. Then we have Maximov and Van Rooyen, then Babisek and Huben. That is your top 6. That is your 6 of Micromax drivers for the first of 5 finals today. We'll have the action concluded by 2 more heats for senior Rotax this afternoon, as they now get into formation ahead of turn 10, and then they will head into turn 11, the left-hander, before the final corner at turn 12, and then we will get things underway. 13 minutes plus an additional lap on the timer, set in stone. Ready to start ticking away the minute the light on the gantry, the red light that is, going out. Into turn 12 they come. They will now be told to split and go into the tram lines. This time around, is it a clean start for the Micromax final? The lights are out. The Rotax draw surges its way towards turn number 1, and a great start there by Max Sadurski. As up the inside of Jake Menton goes Boris Maximov, as Menton manages to keep in front of the other 3 behind, as Van Rooyen battling away with Babisek, and Babisek up the inside of the Dutch driver going through turn 4. Mies Huben now trying to be on the comeback trail to get a bit further up the order as a result of the post-race 5-second penalty. So there will be plenty more action still to come over the next few races, as I've just been handed the results, the official confirmed results for the pre-finals. So in the first one, it was Max Sadurski who is currently leading, as Jake Menton is now trying to fend off the rest of the opposition, as Jake Menton is just moving forward in the car, just urging it to go forward and try and catch up with Boris Maximov. But here comes Mats van Rooyen up the inside through turn 12, getting the run down into turn 1 and 2, and then here comes Mies Huben up the inside of Babishek and also Menton at the same time, as and again now Menton was just gesticulating there, so I'm not too sure if there was a bone of contention to pick with the driver. It might have been Mies Huben possibly that it was generally directed at. But Mies Huben now starting to battle away with Van Rooyen yet again for this particular race here at karting Genk. 11 minutes and 15 seconds still to go, as around the outside of Babishek goes, I think that is Babishek, that was Jake Menton. But you remember what happened last time when we saw Mats van Rooyen and Mies Huben battling away with each other. It ended coming to blows, and Huben was the one that was on the receiving end of a penalty. And he won't want to make that mistake twice, as now both he and Van Rooyen working together, get past Boris Maximov into turns 1 and 2, using the slipstream to absolute perfection. So a bit more calm and composed from these two Dutch drivers as they're now going to start. I think what they want to do is they need to start working together. They don't want to start getting aggressive early, because to finish first you must finish. And Max Swiderski was doing the epitome of that last time out in the previous race. And he managed to capitalise whilst, he managed to get away whilst Huben and Van Rooyen were battling over position, and it came to blows in the end, which was not probably what either party wanted. At the end of it, 3 minutes down, 10 minutes to go, plus an additional lap, and you can just see how much these drivers are pushing. And the temperature at the moment, locally, is still 28 degrees Celsius. That's going to carry on for, I think, probably the next few hours, a couple of hours or so. And Mies Huben still is quite literally nigh on bump drafting the number 3 from the Netherlands, and now goes down the back straight away into turn 7. And Rooyen takes the defensive line. And then Mies Huben slots in behind, just keeps on the back bumper, not really trying to force any make a mistake himself, but is looking to just sort of keep there or thereabouts with the number 3, as you can see just how hard they're pushing, because Van Rooyen had a little bit of the cart was getting a bit tail happy at the rear and decided to slightly break traction going into the right-hander at turn 10. But obviously some drivers have differing styles when it comes through into this particular type of racing, because back in the old days, if it worked, it was fast, it was good. But circuit racing nowadays, there's a little tap from behind, and I think Mies Huben was definitely wise to that and decided, you know what, I'm going to let Mats back through, because I actually might have been a bit too rambunctious in my move there going through into turn 2. So a bit of good sportsmanship there from the number 8 from GKS Lemons Power, but he's getting back into the slipstream. Down into turn 7. Makes pretty tidy work, the pair of them do, of turn 8. And then up into the left at 9. Max Swiderski at the moment has a 1.827 second lead, as they will now head down the straightaway down in towards the right-hander at turn 10. So 7 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock remaining. And at the moment, Max Swiderski is still leading. The gap has now extended, and it's gone up to 2.145 seconds. And now Mies Huben has actually got past Mats van Rooyen. That would have been through the first set of corners. So would have used the slipstream coming out of turn 12. Excuse me. And will be then moving forward and looking to close on Max Swiderski. And in terms of the lap times, just keeping a look at that at the moment, Max Swiderski is running on a 1 minute 3.062. Mies Huben, he was a 1 minute 3.112. Mies Huben has set the fastest lap of the race on lap number 4, 1 minute 2.962. And now they cross the line again. We've now completed 6 laps, and again the gap has dropped. And out of the top 3, the fastest is Mies Huben, and Huben has just put in a 1 minute 9.22, which has again become the fastest lap of the race. So effectively, Huben is bringing Van Rooyen up to the front of the field to try and catch up with Max Swiderski, who so far has been a bit more dominant in proceedings and has a little bit of a gap. But even with just under half of the race remaining, we've got 6 minutes and 9 plus an additional lap still to go on the clock. This could be a possible swing in the pendulum towards Mies Huben and Mats van Rooyen, because whilst they're working together, that is then going to assist these two drivers to move forward and close the gap. So as they come around the final corner, Max Siderski will get another lap in. Onto the completion of lap 7 as Boris Maximov and Zdenek Babishek are battling away over P4. Now the gap between, now within 1/1000th of a second of each other, Mats van Rooyen and Mies Huben have now pretty much set nigh on an identical lap time. And now that means Van Rooyen has put in the fastest lap of the race. A 1:02.908, 1/1000th quicker than Mies Huben. The gap now goes down from 1.9 to nearly 1.65 seconds between first and second position. So the tactic of the two people in second and third is starting to work in their favour. 4 minutes and 50 still to go, and here is a great little battle between Boris Maximov from the Netherlands and Zdenek Babishek from the Czech Republic. And this is over 4th place. As the leaders now will come across the line. Max Siderski completes lap number 8. And let's see what the two behind are doing. Okay, the gap has really not been neutralised in the same significance as it was 1 lap ago. And it was by just under 1/10 of a second. Whereas Boris Maximov and Zdenek Babishek are literally 72,000ths of a second apart across the line last time out. So all 6, as we saw in the pre-final a bit earlier on, all completed the race. As you can just see how hard, even this being the youngest division within the Rotax Racing family, as this is a great little scrap here. That was a great move by Zdenek Babishek to go up the inside of Maximov through into turn 9 and got the defensive line very, very early, I might add, for what was for turn 10, and kept it on the defensive. So really, really good job there from the Czech driver in the number 80 to keep ahead of the number 30 from the Netherlands. So gap now between... Right, Mies Huben has just set the fastest lap of the race last time around on lap number 9 in 1:02.797 and was about 0.7 of a second quicker than Max Siderski, and also was a further 9... Well, he was over a second quicker, a 10th quicker than Mats van Rooyen. As now Jake Menton has caught up with the two in front. He's just been in a 1:03.649, whereas the two in front... Babisek has done 1:04.044, and then Boris Maximov a 1:04.280. 2.5 minutes remaining, another lap in the books, so we go on to double figures for Max Siderski. And the gap now is 1.533. Siderski goes a 1:02.917. For Mies Huben, not exactly close enough, as there looks to be a move a little bit further down the order. Well, Jake Menton was trying to get past Babishek for P5, but could not get through in the process, and unfortunately will still be... today. So they've had over 27 minutes worth of racing action. So we still have this opportunity. Sound gone. But these things do happen when you're trying to keep concentrating on a lot of other things. As Mies Huben now battling away with... There's going to be no possible problems. So, hopefully you can all hear me back on the stream. My apologies for that. So 33 seconds on the clock remaining. And we will have very, very shortly another win. Well, it could be a two sets of wins here for one particular driver. As now, Max Swiderski is on course for making it 2 for 2 here this afternoon at Karting Genk. So, timer has expired, 13 minutes have elapsed, as we now have, after this, just one more lap to go, and you can see just how hard the likes of Mies Huben and Mats van Rooyen are absolutely pushing at this particular moment. And very, very soon, we will see when Max Swiderski comes through turn 11. He does so now. So final lap board is shown to Max Swiderski here in the Micro Max final. So as now, Mats van Rooyen trying to go toe-to-toe with Mies Huben, and nearly gets the move up the inside through into turn 3 there, and now will have to be on the bit of the back foot as they head down into turn 6 for the final time. Swiderski is halfway up the straightaway, and now we'll come to turn 7 for the last time. And again, this is another great battle here that we've got. Now we've had Babicek now retire from the race, unfortunately, so the Czech driver now is the first retiree from Micromax in this particular race weekend. So Boris Maximov and Jake Menton now will be battling over what is 4th position. But in the meantime, Max Swiderski now is making his way towards the final corner. The checkered flag waves for Max Swiderski, the number 19 from the Netherlands. It's 2 for 2 here as it is a drag race, and Mats van Rooyen gets just... Mies Huben gets pipped by 31 thousandths of a second, and Boaz Maximov takes 4th place ahead of Jake Menton, with Zdenek Babicek not finishing the race, actually retiring on lap number 10. But Max Swiderski wins, Mats van Rooyen. Oh, now that is the pair of them going off of turn 5. And now that has stranded Mies Huben off of the back straightaway. Now that, I didn't quite catch what happened. They went across the start-finish line, and now the number 8 is now beached on there. But the completed order was Max Swiderski winning, Mats van Rooyen pipping Mies Huben by 31 thousandths of a second, Boaz Maximov and Jake Menton rounding out the 5 that finished with Zdenek Babicek completing the running order, finishing the race on lap number 10.